base, he can just hang out and just start ranging probes. Oh! That was so close! JangBi is just a master with this shuttle micro. Look at that. Oh my god. He is keeping his Reaver alive with just a couple hits from a Vulture will take that Reaver out. Meanwhile, there are so many mines. If he produces out of any of those... oh, he is running away his units, it looks like. But Fantasy just so aggressive, and I like it. I like what Fantasy's doing. Look at this. He's mining the front of the gateways. Oh, and the Reaver goes down. Fantasy taking an advantage almost in this point, sending so many Vultures down, just pumping Vultures, using mines so well, so offensively. And there is nothing mining in the top expansion. I don't know if Fantasy has. It looks like Fantasy's also taking his taking his natural at this point. So Fantasy taking his natural. Oh, this is so crazy. Fantasy's going to have his natural expansion. Meanwhile, sending more Vultures. Vultures taking so many. I'm surprised JangBi hasn't GG'd at this point, but JangBi is such a beast. He probably has another Reaver. He might be able to micro the Reaver and take out these forces. I don't know if that was a mind drag there. Maybe he dropped down a Zealot to mind drag to blow up those units. God, this is just crazy. Two crazy matches. JangBi he is playing very well. He's doing what he can. There is the expansion. It is going up for Fantasy. Meanwhile, still nothing mining at JangBi's expansion. JangBi losing a ton of probes here. A ton of probes. This almost looks like GG for JangBi. JangBi does get enough. He gets enough Dragoons to ward this off. And he has the Observer out here. I don't know. I can't see how JangBi could make it back from this. But he is defending this off very well despite almost all of his probes. Almost all of JangBi's probes are gone. Almost all of them have been destroyed. There's mines still scattered around his base. There's Vultures still coming in. Vultures laying mines. Vultures are probably going to try to take out that pylon. Oh, man. And I didn't see anything countering or going off. We do see some Goliaths coming out, possibly to try to take out a shuttle. JangBi going in the back door now with Goliaths and taking out even more probes. I don't even know how many probe kills that Fantasy has got. He has gotten so many probe kills in this game. And we do see a harass coming from JangBi now. Now there are some forces at Fantasy's base. So if Fantasy can be prepared for this, which he is going to see it right now. He is bringing forces over. He does have the Goliath and he's building the turrets. The Reaver is coming down. It is probably going to take out the tanks. Tanks are almost going down. And I don't know. I mean, Fantasy does not have a lot of forces in his base here. Now this is switching around the other way. And we might see a lot of SCVs going down. But luckily Fantasy does have that secondary so we can send them to. If oh God. So JangBi is pushing out. I was just about to say that if JangBi can push out at this time. Fantasy spent so much money making so many Vultures, and he took off a lot, but it looks like JangBi had a lot in the bank, and he was able to produce so many Dragoons. This could be the end of Fantasy. JangBi with a possible huge comeback here. He is gonna step his way in, and oh, I don't know what's gonna... that tank is going down, and the shuttle is gonna go down right now. Shuttle is gonna go down. No, shuttle's not going down, but the Reaver... Oh, man, JangBi is going to take this, I think. After everything I said with Fantasy, I think JangBi is going to take this game. Coming back with an incredible counterattack. Fantasy trying to macro up. Totally can't use his expansion now the same way. It's almost like that Fantasy is doing the same exact thing. JangBi is doing the same thing that Fantasy did. Fantasy pulling off his probes. Probes are good against Dragoons. The Reaver goes down. Fantasy could ward this off if he's able to make more tanks. Pushing back the Dragoons. Dragoons are going to probably go down to these SCVs because there are so many of them. But it looks like JangBi is going to pick up his Dragoons. And 4 Dragoons, 3 more. I think this is it, folks. This has got to be GG for Fantasy. Fantasy playing so aggressively, playing so well in the beginning, but wasn't able to finish it off. The trickle of Vultures just could not finish this off. And I don't see at this point... Well, I don't know. Who knows? You know what? Because JangBi came back, and I thought JangBi was done. JangBi had like 2 probes left, and he didn't GG. JangBi is still playing like a beast, and he is bringing out more reinforcements. You have 3 there, 3 on the way. Oh my God! This is just too much for me to handle. How is StarCraft so incredible? I can't handle the excitement, folks. I need some more water. Here we go, water. Oh my god, I just spilled on my shirt because it's just crazy. I'm trying to take a quick sip of water. Fantasy trying to take back his second. He does have mines. He does have one tank sieged up there. JangBi with 4 gateways. Fantasy with 4 factories. This has just been so close the entire time. Both of them now still mining from 2 bases. Neither has gotten any sort of expansion. There's no way any of them could have room for an expansion. And here we go, dropping a Dragoon in. Dragoon dying almost instantly. Reaver's going to die. Oh! Reaver almost dies. Shuttle's done. Reaver is down, but not after taking out all the tanks and almost all the offensive units. I can't even say I'm going to keep calling it because this is so close. But this might be the end of the game. This might be the end of the game here for Fantasy. JangBi just with so many Dragoons. If he can take back that command center, I think it's going to be GG. So many more Dragoons streaming in, folks. I think this is finally GG. JangBi with a fantastic comeback. Able to mass up units. Able to get an observer to take out all the mines that are in his base. Get the Dragoons to push out, put pressure on Fantasy. Just a fantastic, fantastic counter push from the JangBi. This is going to be GG here. JangBi has about 12 Dragoons to the 2 tanks and 2 vultures of Fantasy. And it is going to be over here, folks. Oh my god, what an incredible game. Just an emotional game for me. JangBi on fire after beating Bisu. He had the taste of blood in his mouth. JangBi the shark, tasting blood and finding his victim in the water. Fantasy did play well. He played so on the beginning of this game, but there's no way he's going to come back from this. He has Dragoons all up in his base, and this is going to be a very soon GG here. Fantasy will have lost his secondary. I don't know if the command center is going. The command center goes down. Fantasy is now held to 1 base. He can't get out of his base. Sure, he has tanks sieged up, but I don't see any way of him getting out of here. Trying to do a quick harass with vultures, that's not going to work. And I just heartbreaking. Fantasy, I mean, playing crazy. Up there goes the observer, but just unable to finish. And that happens so much when you try to do an early push against Protoss. Protoss is so strong. I mean, I can't think of anything Fantasy could have done better there. I mean, maybe after killing so many probes or killing off the secondary, he could have stopped just making vultures because he had the secondary. He had done the damage. And we're going to see a possible mine drag here into the tank. Tank going to go down fairly quickly. Here comes the Reaver from JangBi. Oh! And I don't know if that hit the Reaver or not, if the mine did go off. But this is GG. Fantasy is, I'm assuming, getting ready to do just that. There we go. GG from Fantasy. What a game. Well, I may have missed a few things because this was just a crazy back and forth game. I got to give props to Fantasy. Man, ballsy. As nervous as he was going up against JangBi. JangBi, who helped knock him out of the MSL. JangBi wins it for Samson Kong. Samson Khan taking this away, taking the series 4-2. Some great matches from both sides. And just playing like the pro that he is, playing like the shark that he is. Yeah. Look at that little fist pump from JangBi. Poor Fantasy, man. That has got to be rough. Fantasy played so well. You know what? It's the stupid mascot. That's what ruined it for him. It's the karma of having a retarded mascot with little ears that he scratches. And anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I did my best without my brother on this one. I'm going to hopefully fix the issues we had and be able to bring Steve back. Let me know if you liked him or not. Obviously, he did only do the first 2 games, but I felt he did a good job. And I know he definitely, I think, has a technical one up on me. So we will just see what happens next time. I'm still taking requests for games. Oh, and I want to say, I do appreciate all the responses. I wasn't able to reply to all of them, but I got so many responses to you guys for my last video on requests. And I'm looking at all of them, and we'll see what I can do for this. I'm going to try to do at least 1 series of games a week. It's really hard because I have so many commitments, but I'm going to try. So let me know if you like me. Let other people know, and if we can get some more people on here watching these games. I'll definitely try my hardest to do as many as I can. All right, guys, good GG, and have a good weekend.